Welcome to A Guy and His Pipe, where I'm going to sit back with a brandy snifter of Paul Maison Fourier. I've got a Savinelli pipe full of Cornell and Deal Dark Cherry Cavendish. I'm using a Martin Roomjen tamper from a good friend in the Netherlands who makes some beautiful tampers, and a Calibri lighter, quality that's lasted. Well, I guess this lighter is over 40 years old. So I'm going to sit back, and with you, we're going to explore incredible, fun, kooky, and creepy things right here in our own backyards. Anywhere from unique food experiences to haunted locations, natural wonders, amazing historic sites, lost civilizations, to just what happens right in your own hometown. So let's take a moment, raise a glass to exploring this weird, wonderful, wacky world, one destination at a time. Now, before we get started, let me go ahead and light up this pipe here. Got it packed and ready. And then we're going to talk about the Battle of Oz. You'll hear me puffing and lighting and tamping my pipe as we go. We're going to start out in the little Midwestern state in the U.S. of Kansas. A little bit about it. Its capital is Topeka, Kansas. Largest city is Wichita. It's landlocked and bordered by Nebraska to the north, Missouri to the east, Oklahoma to the south, and Colorado to the west. Before statehood, it was a Kansas territory, and it was admitted to the Union January 29th, 1861. People in the state like to be called Kansan or Jayhawker. It's named after the Kansa Native Americans. Its nickname is the Sunflower State, the Wheat State, America's Heartland, and the Jayhawker State. Its state motto is Ad Astra per Aspera, which is Latin for to the stars through difficulties. And its state song or anthem is the Home on the Range. And it has just under 3 million people population. Now, there is 2 towns. One, which is just north of the Oklahoma border, near a town called Moscow, another one called Kismet. And this town is called Liberal. It's named Liberal. Said to be from a time where, way back when in the Old West, somebody walked in and talked about the water from the well and said, it's great fresh water or something like that. And somebody else says, well, that's a bit liberal. And that's how they named the town, from the little bit I researched and found. Well, this little town has a population of just under 20,000. And it's a trading center for grain and livestock. It's located at the eastern edge of Hugoton Natural Gas Field. It relies on that natural gas and oil extraction, petroleum refining, and meat packing. Gas pumping plants in the area. And is the seat of Sivart County Community College. And they have a little house, which they say is Dorothy's house from Wizard of Oz. It also doubles as a Coronado museum. And in the second weekend in October, they have Ozfest, which has drawn more than 20,000 people in years past. It attracts fans, Oz scholars, and members from the movie, cast members from the movie. Several of the original Munchkins have attended the event, along with Robert Baum, the great-grandson of L. Frank Baum, who created Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. And during this, they have a parade, a downtown parade, during their Ozfest. And appearances by the Munchkins, a Toto Trot, a look-alike contest, an Oz-themed hat contest, and a showing of the movie at the end of the festival. But they claim to be the official home of Dorothy Gale. And they celebrate the Wizard of Oz all year long at Dorothy's house and the Land of Oz. But it really gears up during the second Saturday of October for Ozfest. So you can go there and enjoy some live entertainment, some games, costume contests, all kinds of food. Oh, fun fact, the Liberal Tourist Information Center and Gift Shop is located at 1 Yellow Brick Road. And I went and looked at pictures of this. They have, and I don't want to say anything negative, because good for them for doing this and bringing tourists to their town, etc., of a beloved movie and series of books, which, by the way, I read the books, Dorothy. What a brat. People want to whine about millennials? Go read Dorothy. Millennials are not anything new. We have these people in our every generation. There's a whiner, gimme, gimme, gimme. But there is another town up in the northeast corner of Kansas. Much smaller town, less than 5,000 people population, called Wamego. Wamego? Wamego. Wamego. Not sure. And they have their own Oz celebration. Which they call Oztoberfest. So they have an Oz museum. This is where you start your journey. And you go through the sepia-toned Auntie M's gift shop. And you walk through a screen door into the Technicolor world of Oz. There's a yellow brick road you can follow throughout the whole museum. And look at the over 100 years of Oz history. They have rare artifacts like original pieces from the 1939 movie. Notes and props from the Broadway musical Wicked, and all kinds of stuff like that. Some things you could do during Oztoberfest, which looks like it's the first of the month of October. Their website claims all kinds of awesome things. And I'm just going to read down a list here. Auntie M's Boutique. Okay. Wizards Beer and Wine Garden. All kinds of craft and domestic beers and wines. There's a cakewalk. And it says every half hour. So what's that mean? Do they walk the cake or do you get to try different cakes and you walk through? I don't know. There are carriage rides. That sounds fucking cool. They have crafts and children activities. They have a climbing wall. A train going through the city park. Dorothy's Fashion Show. Food trucks. I love food truck food. Can I just take a moment to talk about food truck food? I have not had a chance. I love food trucks. I haven't got to try many of them. I'm used to the ice cream trucks of my childhood. I just don't feel like I've lived in the right places to get a good taco truck. I would love to try a taco truck. But yeah, they've got food trucks. We've already mentioned, I think see, they mentioned carriage rides with a horse of a different color. I'm wondering if they have different colored horses, like they paint their horses. Because that would be great. A Toto lookalike competition, that must not be too hard. You just got to have the right dog. Man, there's got to be somebody bringing like a German Shepherd dressed up like Toto with like, yeah. Poppy Playfield. See, that's a children area with fun activities and games. It'd be even better if it was just where you drop your kid off and they fall asleep in a field of flowers and you come pick them up later. They have Oz characters. Story time. Photo ops with Oz vignettes. I'm guessing those are the where you put your face in the wooden cutout. Toto's Tacos. I gotta read this for you. Awesome fresh Mex fare with big taste. Indoor patio style seating offers plenty of room for you to enjoy local favorites like Yellow Brick Burritoed, Tin Man Black Bean Burrito, and Munchkin Tacos with a Z. Tacos. Wicked Witch balcony appearances. That's cool. Bubbles with Glinda on Lincoln. Okay, that sounds fun. Now this one really caught my eye. Okay. Munchkin Muffin Baking Contest. They do state they are not mini muffins. They're regular sized muffins. And the categories are best theme, best tasting, and most creative. You can win $50. There's a yellow brick road sale. And a Oz winery. I said wine Osry. I'd be okay too. With free samples. Sweet. So here's two towns in Kansas that, as far as I can tell, they don't really have a competition with each other. But considering they're 1 week apart and they're both claiming this and that. And looking at it, the first one, the one in Liberal, seems much more DIY, looking at the pictures of the different statues and stuff. Like I said, they're kind of creepy. Like, that in itself could be fun for me because, you know, I can go to a place like Disney World and see all these cool things that look so real. This stuff looks like that classic crazy shit from when you were a kid. When I was a kid, depending on your age. But anyhow, thank you for joining me as I enjoy a pipe and explore this little world that we're in. If you have thoughts or comments or other places you'd like to hear about, drop me an email at aguyandhispipe@gmail.com. And check out TravisSivart.com. Last name same as the first, but reversed. If you like tales of other worlds and other people, you can check out my podcast, The Traveler's Inn, an episodic fantasy sci-fi, or the book and audiobook series Portals, which is a fantasy series. All kinds of fun stuff there. Go check it out. And let me raise a glass to you and say, remember, collect experiences because they last a lifetime.